Good morning, everyone. My name's Katie. I am a fourth year first grade teacher. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another week in my life video, the first one of 2022. Today is currently Wednesday. We had a professional day yesterday and we had Monday off. So kids come back today for the first time for this half of the school year, and I'm anxious, excited, nervous, all the things. Yesterday's workday was super productive. I got a lot of things done for my classroom, and I'm doing some new things for class management and other stuff. So if you haven't checked that video out, I will link it above in the card so you can go catch up on that. But I'll give you this morning a rundown of my schedule and what we're kind of doing for our morning block for the first day back. So I left off in the last video saying I was going to go home and make a detailed plan. And I did, but I only went from about like when students get here to when they go to specials, because I feel like the rest of the day may iron itself out, or I'll have time during planning to sit down and look at it. So here was my first day schedule. It's nothing fancy. I typed it up on my notes last night while I was sitting in bed. The first thing they're going to do is trickle into the classroom, and instead of doing math journals this morning, since we're going to set up our new math journals and I'm going to show them how to answer it in a sentence, they will be coloring a 2022 crown. So that's really cute. I'll link this below if you want to do it with your class. It might be too late, or you can do it anyways if you're just looking for something fun to do. So they're going to color these in, and then we'll cut them out and we'll make them into crowns. I need to go get paper from the copy room to do that in just a minute. So they'll kind of work on that as they trickle in. After that, the announcements will come on, and that'll be their signal to be almost finished with their coloring. And we're going to stay at our seats. Usually we come to our spots for the announcements, but we have new spots. So I made a little map, and everybody's getting a new assigned spot. So we're going to do the announcements at our seat. Then afterwards, I'll show everybody where their new spot is. And then I'll let them turn and talk about their break. They'll probably have chatted a little bit when they come in, but we'll do a turn and talk, share about your break, what you did, etc. Then we're going to go over our new classroom routines, which I posted on my Instagram when I was doing to review routines, and it was shared in detail in my last video, but I'll kind of update you at the end of the day on how we've done with that. So we're going to go over all of our classroom routines and commit to working hard to keep everybody safe, healthy, and learning. Then we're going to talk about our new sticker store and our celebration folders. Again, I went into detail on these in my last little vlog, but here's a celebration folder. So we're going to talk about what they are, how they can earn stickers to go inside, and what the sticker store is. So that's going to be a blast. And if they've been doing well up to that point, I'll probably give them a sticker when I give them their folder so they have their first one. So that'll be exciting. Then I'm going to talk about our new classroom jobs, which I kind of flopped on classroom jobs last semester, and I shared this on my Instagram. I, in the past, have just done like one helper who rotates every day, and it went in alphabetical order, who did all the jobs. And here with Conscious Discipline, one of the things they want us to incorporate is class jobs for all students. I had like 7 class jobs last semester, and then I never changed them. Like I only changed them if a student wasn't doing their job anymore and I needed somebody new in that spot. So it wasn't very great. So I'm going to try to do class jobs. I updated my class jobs board. I wish I could show it to you, but it has little popsicle sticks with my students' faces on it, so I can't show you exactly what it looks like. But it's the Conscious Discipline school family job board. So if you go onto their website, that's what it looks like. So I made a whole list of new jobs, and I'll show you the little slide I'm going to use to introduce that. Here's what I whipped up last night to review class jobs and to introduce some new ones today. It's like super basic, super simple. I just did the title, and each slide has, wow, that's dusty. Each slide has the job, like line leader, stands on the pink spot, leads the line quietly in the hallway, stops at all the stop signs. Door holder stands by the door, opens it when instructed, holds it for every classmate, gets back to the second spot in line. Electrician, calendar, so forth and so on. So all my class jobs are on here, and what we're going to do to introduce it is I'm going to read, we're going to talk about the points, and then we're going to be mimes and like act it out. So for the calendar helper, we'll like explain what they do, and then everybody will have to act out what the calendar helper does without using words. So that way, instead of just sitting and me reading, they're kind of getting up and moving around a little bit. So that's my plan for introducing and reviewing class jobs. Finally, once we've done all of those things, we've gone over class jobs, I have another freebie from, I think it's from Teachers Pay Teachers, Winter Break in a Snap. So they'll get to draw a picture of their favorite part of winter break, write a sentence at the bottom, and if I have some like very adventurous writers, they can write more on the back. And I'm hoping that should take us all the way up to specials, which is about 9:30. So that's 8:05 to 9:30, about an hour and a half. And when we line up, we're gonna have to review who's the line leader, who's the door holder, who's our electrician, who's the caboose today, how do we walk in the hallway, we might get a tally for that procedure, etc. So I anticipate it taking a little bit longer to line up and go to PE. So that's kind of what our morning looks like. I have some photos I wanna add to our friends and family board, and then I also have 2 students that I didn't have popsicle sticks with their faces on for the job board, so I'm gonna get those set up this morning. And then I'm gonna get some music up on the board instead of our usual morning routine slide. I think I'm gonna do some like New Year instrumental for kids or something, so it's got something fun on the board when they come in. And since we're not doing math journals, and that's on our morning routine slide. So yeah, that was a lot of talking. I'm very anxious if you can't tell. I slept okay. I tried to go to bed really early because my time has just been so off. So I got in bed at 8 o'clock and edited a video a little bit. Then about 9, I started reading to kind of calm my brain down, but I had a headache. And then I tried to go to bed at 9:45. I got up at like 10:15 and eventually took Advil for that headache. So I think I actually got some good sleep from about 11 to 4:30. Then I woke up at 4:30 and I just couldn't fall back into a deep, good sleep after that. I kept getting up and down and up and down. So I got up a little bit before my alarm at 6 and went ahead and got my day started. I made breakfast, made myself eat breakfast and drink water, even though I'm feeling nervous and I didn't want to. I just knew that would be a good start for my day. And yeah, it was easy to get ready this morning. Back to the dry shampoo saga. Over the break, I got my hair trimmed, which was, oh my goodness, so needed. And then I'm also playing with washing it every other day and using dry shampoo. So I washed it 2 nights ago. And so this is, not last night, but the night before. And so this is second day hair with dry shampoo. I'm gonna wash it tonight because I'm just gonna start off with every other day. If you saw my vlog like way back in October, I was like, let's try this. And then I never did. So I tried it over the break when it was like low stakes. So I've been doing every other day and I'm gonna keep that up. But this is pretty good, especially for having it straightened, but we'll see what it looks like at the end of the day. All right, that's enough rambling. I'm gonna go get these things started so my day will be ready to go, and I have to go get paper from the copy room. So it's time to go. Just got back from getting paper strips to use for their crowns. I decided to go with black because then they can use their white crayon to like draw fireworks on it if they finish early. I don't know. And I forgot how much I dislike wearing masks. Since the COVID cases are spiking again, masks are required for teachers as long as, or if they can't have 6 feet apart, it's still kind of optional, but suggested for students. And I haven't worn a mask in like a month because before the break, we weren't required to wear them. So this will be a fun day. Okay, students are on campus. I have about 10 minutes. I'm gonna sit and review my plans and then it's go time and I'm gonna make it till 9:30 and it's gonna be a great day and I will check in with you later. Lunchtime, I'm gonna chat while I eat my apple and my turkey and carrots and hummus. Morning was great. I am shocked by the sheer amount of speaking I have to do to teach. Like, oh my gosh. We reviewed a lot of our routines and that went well. They're really excited about the sticker store and the celebration folders. I'm gonna have to get used to passing out stickers and like making that meaningful because I've been like, you did really well when you did this. And then a lot of students start doing it, but I'm like, I can't just use all my stickers right away and give them like a bunch. I have to kind of space it out and do it when they're really making a good choice. So I'll keep working on that. We did a little bit of reading whole group. I don't know if you can see, let's see. Over here, I started our whole group presentation, but we really just went over the phonics, which for this week is the R-controlled vowels. We're learning R and OR, and then next week we add the with ER, IR, UR. So we just went over the phonics, and then we did the winter break writing because we didn't even get to that at all this morning because making the crowns took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. So we introduced the phonics, we did a drum roll and unlocked it from our sound wall in the Vowel Valley, and that was good. I'm gonna eat some apples. Now they're at lunch, then we have recess after lunch, and then we have our intervention block, but we're not doing intervention groups for these next 3 days because we're going to redo the groups and resort the students as needed. So they're going to start on their STAR early literacy assessment on the computer. I'm probably going to put like a 20-minute timer up on the board and have them work on it for 20 minutes and then let them choose something to do on the computer after that. Maybe, I don't know. That could be chaos, but it could work. Anyways, I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then we'll repeat that the next 2 days. That way they're not working on the test for like way too long. And then after that, we'll do snacks. So that might be a little bit earlier since we might shorten that SOAR time a little bit. So we'll have snack time and then we'll have math. And for math, I'm planning on introducing the math journal first and modeling it. That way we'll be ready to go with those in the morning. And then we're starting our unit 4. So we have like a show what you know page, and I'm gonna pass out the new math packets, which I haven't gotten out. So I need to do that in just a minute. So we'll do that and do some subtraction. And I'm thinking like that'll take us to the end of the day. If not, technically our computer lab time is at the end of the day. So I'll have them get on like Lexia or iReady Math for like the last 15 minutes or so for like their actual computer lab time. Because then we got to go over pack up procedures and get all of that taken care of and squared away. And then they're home. So it's only 11:20 right now. So I'm getting like really hopeful, like, yay, it's almost time to go home. But it's not quite there yet. We'll get there. We're gonna get there. I'll check in with you guys later because I can't talk and eat at the same time. Is this what the first day of school feels like? Because I am so tired. I have the world's worst headache and I feel like I'm losing my voice already, and it's only been 1 day of teaching in a mask. So that's a fun time. The afternoon went okay. It was just okay. We finished that test during our intervention block, which was good. We had snack. We set up our math journals during math, and then we started working on counting back. I have a fun like counting back game that we're gonna do tomorrow. I mean, it's just like roll 2 dice, a number cube and a dot cube. And the number cube has numbers 7 through 12, and the dot cube has 1 through 5. And they have to take the number cube, subtract the dots, so it pushes towards counting back because they can count back on the dots. So we're gonna do that tomorrow. I just didn't have the energy to pull out a game today. I was like, ooh, no, it's not happening. So we just did by the textbook. So tomorrow we'll like review counting back. If they haven't finished what we did in our workbook yesterday, I'll have them finish those practice problems and then they'll get to try the game. So that's what I'll do. We got a lot of tallies on our review routine thing. I'm looking at it now. We've got like, most of them have 2. I'm just really tired. And then I just found out that one of my students is moving and I didn't know. They told him in the car rider line, so he won't be back tomorrow, and I didn't even like get to say bye. And the teacher out there was like, he said that he loves you. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet, but I'm gonna miss him. Anyways, so that's the end of my day. I'm signing off here because I have a massive headache and I'm just gonna get a couple things done and then go home in like 10 minutes and enjoy my evening. So bye, see you tomorrow. Hey everyone, it is now Thursday. I made it to my classroom. Sorry I don't film much in the morning at home during these Week in My Lives. I just like am slow to start and have my morning routine set in place. Maybe I'll film another morning routine video soon because I just kind of drink my water, listen to my worship music, get ready, and filming like breaks up my routine and makes me extra stressed. So I'll do another morning routine video in the near future. But I also had to get here early because the corona has struck my classroom. I have a student who was positive and will be gone for a little bit, and I am trying to make their packet of work and have it ready before the bell rings today. That way they can come pick it up at any time because I have an IEP meeting during my planning. So it's either like I do it this morning or it won't be available today for that student. So, and I didn't know this until I got home yesterday. So I'm up at school pretty early today. I've been pulling all of the papers that we'll be going over the next 2 weeks, and I'm going to put them together in a folder with like a packet. I pulled out our social studies that we're doing. I'm going to try to like paper clip them and label them all for that student. And then I have another student who's out sick the next 2 days, and so I'm getting that student's work together too. So I knew that was going to take me a while because I hadn't even thought about it and hadn't made any packets or anything. Luckily, I keep everything in those drawers organized, so I just took what was in the drawers and I'm going to put it together in a packet. I'm also sending home this like phonics reference sheet, and we're working on R controlled, so I'm going to like highlight that section so the parent knows. And then I also have to get their computer information to send home. So there's a lot to do, and I didn't go to the copy room yesterday afternoon, and I need to do that before my morning block because I think we're going to start a test that we didn't get to in December that we need to do that was on like December material. So I need to like make sure it's been copied because we're going to do part of it today, part of it tomorrow, and I'm going to have to make it up with these students. But we have to keep going. Like I can't just put things off because students are absent, because I think that's just going to be reality for the next couple of months, as people are going to be in and out. And so I'm just going to have to be diligent with makeups or ask some paras to help with makeups, etc. So anyways, that's where we're at. I'm going to work on making these packets, and then I'm going to walk down to the copy room, and then hopefully I will not be as stressed anymore. All right, so I went down to the copy room and the test has not been copied, which is okay. I just didn't plan on doing small groups today or tomorrow because I was planning on doing that assessment for part of that time. So I don't have my center set up and ready, and I don't want to introduce that or reintroduce that today. I want to do it next week when we have a whole week. So instead, I printed off some R-controlled vowel practice sheets that we can do, just one worksheet that we can do together to practice it. And then I'm going to read How I Became a Pirate, because usually when I teach AR, I do a whole pirate week. And since it's like we're squishing it into these 3 days and then continuing R controlled next week, I'm not doing a whole week just on AR. So I'm not really doing a pirate week, but I figured I could read this. And then I have this little follow direction activity that I did last year with my students. Actually, I left it with a sub to do last year with my students, but it's got a picture and then a set of directions that say like, color 2 of the eye patches black and 1 of them green. So they have to listen to your directions and follow them to color the picture in accordingly. So we'll do that afterwards. And then tomorrow, I'm kind of assuming the test won't be copied for tomorrow either. And if it is, we'll just start it and we won't do it the whole time because they can be lengthy. So tomorrow I'm gonna find or create some kind of sequencing activity, or maybe we'll just do like a sequencing writing about how I became a pirate, because that's the next comprehension skill that we have. I might do like a picture. I don't know. I'm going to look on TPT and see if I can find anything that's not too expensive. And we'll do that like as a group. We'll sequence it, and then maybe I'll have them write like what happened or something to like introduce sequencing before we hit it next week in our curriculum. So no worries, planning on the fly. We're going to make it. It's going to be okay. I'm going to go ahead and take this folder of quarantine work up to the front office so it's ready to be picked up, and then I'm going to start the day. I probably won't check in with you guys until the afternoon because I have an IEP meeting during my planning, and then I'm going to use my lunch to eat my lunch and go over math plans and make sure I'm squared away with everything else. Yeah, I just have so much to do. It's not fun, but I'm looking forward to the end of the day. We did it. Day 2 is in the books. Day 2 was way better than day 1. I felt like we had more routine, and all of those last minute planning activities that I did actually worked. They loved the pirate follow directions and did really good. And I was missing a lot of students today. I think I was missing like 5 students today, which made a huge difference. It was like so quiet when they were working this morning, but also like some of the ones in here are still kind of noisy, and they were quiet, and I was like, all right, we're just gonna go with it. So we got a lot done. We worked on our R and OR sounds a lot. We did the pirate book for fun. I did get the test copies now, so we can start that tomorrow. I don't know if we'll finish the whole thing. I need to look over it and staple it this afternoon. So that's on my to-do list, but that's like the only thing on my to-do list, because everything else I was able to accomplish while they were working on their computer lab time on their Lexia, because they were working really nicely. I really set the like expectation for computer lab that we're quiet and we're working on our computer, and if we can't do that, then I have worksheets we can use to practice reading, and it's not nearly as fun. So make sure you're doing your work, and they've been better. I feel like I set that expectation at the beginning of the year anyways, and then it just, backslides by Christmas. So I'm sticking to that, and I'm giving them 2 warnings, and then they have to do a worksheet. Because they can do it. I mean, like, they're just pestering each other and doing, like, I'm okay with excitement. If they get excited because they beat a level, that's fine. That's reasonable. But, anyways, I'm going to eat a granola bar because I'm literally starving. I love these so much, the Nature Valley. Only the ones with the stuff on the bottom, not the super crumbly ones, if you know what I mean. And then I'm going to start stapling homework, and then I have papers to grade. So let's get started. Okay, I just finished stapling and grading, and I know I shared this tip in a previous vlog sometime in the first semester, but pro tip for primary grades, always staple your test 3 times. So instead of having to flip over the page when it's front and back, all they do is open up their test like a book. Yay! I know I shared that before, but it's literally a game changer. So that way they are just turning pages in a book and not frantically trying to flip over their pages and find the right one. So it was worth sharing again. That's really all I've got for today. I am going to head out of here right on time, which is good. I'm going to go home and just enjoy the evening, have dinner, spend time with David. I don't know what we're going to do, but it's going to be great. So, trying to think if there's anything else to share. I did put one of those graded papers into the grade book because I was like, hey, I need to be better about taking grades this year. So, I went ahead and put one of those in the grade book, so that was good. That's really it. That's all. So I'm going to head home, enjoy my evening, and then I'll be back. Thank goodness tomorrow is Friday because it was a short week. So that's going to be like the highlight. Well, obviously Friday is going to be the highlight of being Friday, but I don't know. I'm just rambling now. Can you tell I haven't vlogged in a long time? I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Yeah, well, I will talk to you guys later. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday. I am doing the same thing that I did yesterday morning because I found out I have another student that's positive with COVID. So I'm currently working on getting the packets together just like I did yesterday morning, printing out some math practice pages, getting all of our reading stuff together. I'm going to put it in a folder, put it in the office for them to pick up while that student is in quarantine. So COVID has arrived. I actually have never had this many students out. Since I've taught the last 3 years, so I taught at the beginning of the pandemic, I taught last year in person all year in masks, and then I'm teaching this year, and this is the most students I've had out with COVID, so that's pretty crazy. But yeah, so we may not have a big class here again today because I know I have 2 students out, but I'm just trying to get it all together and set up and then make sure I know what my plans are for the day. Okay, I finished the packet mostly. Now I've been getting ready for what we're going to do this morning. I mentioned yesterday that the test hadn't been copied, and now they have, but we're going to do that during our intervention block because they've all finished their online assessment, so we'll start our reading test then, because yesterday they really, really loved the pirate book that we read, so we're going to listen to that story again on YouTube and talk about sequencing, which we start next week. So I have a really, really basic sequencing activity. This would probably be more preschool, kindergarten, but since we haven't done sequencing at all, I figured this would be good to introduce it with. So it shows what happened first, next, then, and last. And we've done that a little bit in writing, just not talking about comprehension. So they have to decide which picture came first, which one comes next, then, and last, and then they can color that in. And then after that, we're gonna make pirate maps, and we'll just take our piece of paper. I picked gray, so it's like a dirty pirate map. We're just gonna fold it in half and then fold it in half again to make 4 boxes. And then just like they did with that sequencing activity, they're going to do the same thing for the story, How I Became a Pirate by David Shannon. So they're gonna write, or draw pictures is what I'm looking for today. They're gonna draw pictures to show what were 4 steps that happened in the story, what happened first, next, then, and last. And then if they have time, they can write a sentence or they can label their pictures, but I'm really just gonna focus on the pictures today because I think that will last us quite a while. So we're gonna do that this morning. I also have some AR word practice sheets where they can practice writing sentences. So we may do that either in the first reading block or the second reading block. Thank goodness next week I'm bringing back centers. So in just a minute, I'm gonna start setting up my centers for next week and get those ready. Because then my morning block won't be like, oh, what should I do? We do small groups and we do rotations and it'll be set in stone. But I just didn't want to bring in all of that today or this week because it's just been a crazy week. So I'm going to put these things away and then hopefully set up my centers. I still have about like 25 minutes until students come in. So I should be able to set up my centers, but if not, I will have my planning time, and so I'll just do it then. But this is probably the last time I'll check in until maybe lunch, and if I don't check in at lunch, I will check in with you guys at the end of the day. All right, it is Friday afternoon. I could not be more pumped for the weekend, even though it was a short week. For some reason, it just felt so long getting back into the swing of it. Hopefully next week will be better because we'll be more in routine. And I did have a small group this morning at the beginning, and then a lot of them checked in late. And then I have a student who's been out all week who checked in. It's crazy how like just a couple makes a huge difference in the group. So anyways, here we are. We made it to the end of the day. They enjoyed the pirate stuff. Math went okay. We're teaching subtraction, and today's lesson was like using adding to help us subtract, but it was missing addend. And I don't know if I just didn't teach it very well or if the curriculum just like spent one day on it and then was like, okay, they got it, missing addend. But that's a really, really hard first grade skill. So I'm not really a fan of how it was covered in the curriculum, but that is neither here nor there. And so they're kind of lacking in that skill. So like 5 plus blank equals 12. They don't know how to find that out, so that they can't use that to help them find 12 minus 5 equals 7. Does that make sense? I don't know. That doesn't make a lot of sense. But it's okay. Like, we're going to get there. We're going to keep working on subtracting. They can subtract. They may just not see the connection between adding and subtracting yet. So we'll get there. That's about it. I'm super excited. David and I are going out to eat tonight for dinner somewhere. I love going out to eat. It's so nice. I think it's because I eat like lunch boxes all week and I have like turkey and carrots and whatever. So when we get to go somewhere, I'm like, ooh, I'm out in public. It's just so pathetic, but it's one of the highlights of any days if we get to go out to eat. So yeah, I'm gonna walk around the room and spray the crap out of my room with Odoban. I love Odoban. My mom used to work at a bed and breakfast and she used this. She used like the green one, and that smell like gives me flashbacks to cleaning with her. And so I really like the purple one and the blue one a lot too. The purple one is lavender scent. So COVID is knocking on the door. So we're gonna combat it with some Odoban disinfectant, and I've already wiped down a lot of desks, so that's good. And then we're gonna get out of here right on time. All right, clearly I use a ton of that spray, and if it doesn't smell like a bomb of Odoban went off in my room by the time I'm done, then I need to go spray some more. It gets like a little hard to inhale in here, but at least it smells good, you know? It smells good, and we're killing some germs, so that's a good thing. Hope you guys enjoy this Week in My Life video. We are officially back in school for 2022, and I can't figure out if I'm excited or just ready for summer, but either way, 2022, here we go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and click on subscribe below so you don't miss the next video that I post, and I will see you guys in the next one.